Hey, coaches, welcome back to the Coaching Youth Football Tips and Talk podcast with Coach Parker. I'm your host. Thanks for joining me today. Hey, today we're doing another episode. I think it's episode 7 of the Keys to Fun Success and Winning Training for Youth Football Coaches. I think this is part 7. So today we're going to be talking about something fairly important, or at least very interesting to all the coaches that they like, is choosing an offense and defense in youth football. So let's see what we've got here. Previously, we've talked about recruiting, player positions, how to choose a quarterback, blocking and tackling fundamentals, special teams, and now we're going to talk about choosing an offense and defense. And my just initial thought on that is make sure you're focusing on the run and not passing, because definitely under probably 11U in most leagues there's not going to be a whole lot of passing. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe 11 for rec. You're mainly going to be focusing on the run game. 11, 12U, you start thinking about passing a little bit more. So let's jump right in it. But before we do, please subscribe to the channel if you get a chance. You can subscribe to your podcast service or to YouTube if you're watching it there. That's a huge help and doesn't cost you very much. So let's jump right in here. So choosing a youth football offense and defense. Let's go through some quick items I've got here. Is you want to check your league requirements for any of these. I know right now a lot of leagues are kind of putting in place what you can and can't run, so you want to check those requirements. Is your league a 6, 7, 8, 11 man league? You know what's going on there. I mainly have focused on 11 man tackle, but you also, is it a tackle league? Is it a flag flex football 7-on-7? But for my purposes right now, we're kind of talking about tackle. The age group, what is your age group? Because defenses and offensives change based on kind of ages. At least for me, they have. Is it 5U to 12U? Where are you there in that range? That'll be a requirement of what you're looking for. What's your player skills, the levels that's going to be in the league? Are you recruiting players? Will the league assign you players? What's all that? And that's going to, kind of play into this decision. Your talent pool or your current roster, make sure you want to match your defensive offense to those and have a plan on how that's going to happen. The other thing is, when you're choosing, is what offense and defense are you most comfortable with coaching? And do you know that well? And will that relate to youth football? So you kind of want to look at that. Is your league a recreational league or is it a travel select league? Because that's going to kind of change a little bit, maybe on how you want to choose a defense or offense. And then look at the league that you're currently in, on what offenses and defenses that are successful in that league, and find out why those have been successful. Sometimes, it's not the offense or defense if they're stacked, but you want to kind of look at what's being used within your league, and then also what is not working, who is just drastically failing, and find out why that is occurring, and kind of look at that and get an idea of what your league kind of does offense and defensively, and that will give you some ideas. And you may be one of an iconoclast, kind of go against the grain and do something completely different. I certainly have done that. And then you want to say, do I need a running defense or a passing defense? And on average, of course, Aaron Rodgers said here lately, there are outliers, of course. But on average for youth football, you really want to choose a running offense and defense, because passing is a little suspect even up into high school sometimes with some teams if the talent pool isn't there. And then you want to look at, what are the popular youth football offenses and defense that are run at the youth level, nationally, in your state, and then, in your league, what are those popular offenses and defense? And you get through these questions, excuse me, and it's going to help you narrow down what you need to run. And one of the things that I will say here, because I'm one of those guys that likes to do other things, I'm running the beast. So I definitely, don't like to do what the normal people do. That's kind of my personality type. But the thing is you really don't want to try to reinvent the wheel. There's a lot of coaches like myself and others that write or have blogs or in your league that have done well and been successful in youth football. So find out what they're using. Find out what's working best in your league for those. Learn from your league's top teams. So especially if you don't know what you want to run or don't know football that well, you can get a mentor within your league to help you kind of learn what they're doing. That's always a good thing. And then you kind of copy what you like and adjust. I do this with a lot of the books and the research I use. I want to take in and use what I like, but then I start cut, paste, editing, and applying kind of to make it mine. And then once you've got that base of, okay, this, I've changed this a little bit. I'm not changing a whole lot, but changing the wording that fits what I like. And, this will be better for me. This is what I learned. So I'm going to add this to that, make it yours. And then if you want to go crazy, and this is how the beast for me got started. We were running a Power I, and I brought in the beast, is then you can, once this is going well, you can bring in other mods of offense and defense that you want to try to retain, you want to try to use, but you've always got that base kind of thing, and win some games and win some championships with, choosing the right offense and defense. And so let's look at, this might help you here on choosing the right offense and defense. And it really gets, if I'm going to say, and everybody says it, but really you must match your offense and defense to your talent pool. I know a lot of teams want to run the spread, even in high school and middle school, because I've seen it with my older son's teams. If you don't have the talent to run a certain offense, it doesn't work. And that's just how that is. And so let's look at what some popular youth football offenses are and what others are doing, so you can get an idea and kind of start from there and not reinventing the wheel. Now, these percentages have come off of my website on people taking a survey of what offenses they currently use. And so we can go through these really quick, and you can see why maybe my playbooks have followed this chart here on percentages. So everybody runs the I formation. Even I run a form of the I formation, the offset I, which is in the I formation percentage here. And it's 16% of the survey. And, the I formation is great to teach the numbering system, how it works, and positions and simple blocking. And so it's just a simple formation that almost everybody has run or will run. So it's a great base to teach, and there's a lot of information out there, free, paid, or whatever, that you can look at. So the I formation is definitely the most popular, and it's not very surprising that the I formation is the leading one, because it seems like every offense has a type of I formation package. The next one is the double wing, which I've run a lot too. I think a lot of folks will run variations of this double wing. So that's a very popular. It's based on misdirection, and you've got two wings out there. You've got more receivers. So it's a very popular youth football offense at 14%. So almost as popular as the I formation. And then you've got the single wing and all its variations. I think the beast was 3% within the single wing, which they're, this is probably unbalanced single wing. But I added the single wing in there because it's a variation of single wing. So you're at 12% there with those three. And then you've got split backs at 10, because single wing was at 12. Split backs at 10%, and also wing T and power I are at 10%. So those are like the top 6, and Wishbone's at 8. So there's kind of top 7. They're all pretty close there, especially with the top 6. So split backs, I added the veer into there in the pro set. So, and it's almost wing T-ish probably with the split backs, because wing T has a split package in there. Wing T's at 10%, another good package. It was based on the double wing and single wing and T formation. Power I separated that out, probably because I'm biased, but you could add that into the power I into I, make I formation like 26% going multi-I. Very good offenses there. Wishbone's at 8%, used a lot within youth football in our league. Spread, a lot of guys try to use that. I mean, I use it at 12U, running a double wing kind of spread set. So that's there. The same thing with pistol. You could have add pistol maybe into spread, but I kept it separate because I run a diamond formation, which is under center, which is similar to pistol. So that's there at 5. And then of course the T formation is down there, the full house, and then other at 3%. But you can see all those. You've got pretty much the top 10 there, which are really great youth football formations. And like I said, I've run almost all of those. And if you look at on my new selected youth football series, they're all going along this top 10 list. So they're there. And then, of course, in the Power Wing Beast offense, you've got the single wing Yale Beast in there. It also has Power Y. That's what a lot of folks don't understand in my Power Wing Beast offense book, is when I wrote that is I'm a multi guy, because you're always trying to fit your talent, your offense to your talent. And every season, not every team will be able to run the double wing or the offset I or whatever, or diamond or the spread wildcat. And so the Power Wing Beast offense, there were 6 offenses in there basically, or 6 different formations where you can match up your talent pretty well to what needs to be run, and that's there too. So there's the top 10 books: I formation, double wing, single wing, split back, wing T, power I, wishbone spread, pistol, and T formation. And you should, on average, you should probably be picking an offense within this top 10 for your youth football offense, because these basically are proven offenses with proven playbooks that you can find on the internet or purchase. And there's a lot of information that you can use to teach your youth football players. A lot of folks will want to go out on their own and develop their own kind of thing, and that just takes extra time. You've got to play with it in practice. Just get a proven offense, get it set up, get it working, and then kind of add in your mods that you want to go to. So that's what I would recommend for your youth football offense, is don't reinvent the wheel. Choose one of these 10s that there's a lot of playbooks out there already for you to use. Other coaches in your league's probably going to be using. You can learn from them and then get that installed, and then go off and do some other stuff that you're looking to do on your own offense. And so that's what I'm saying, recommending there. Now here's some popular youth football defenses, ones that you might want to choose. These are the top 10. 5-3, very, very popular defense in youth football at 25%. Probably, well, it is, according to the survey, it is the most popular. And then you've got all the 6-2 variations at about 20% here. I'm a big proponent of the 6-2 as a base. Uh, but of course, my 6'2" multi-8 defense is a multi-defense because I'm a multi-guy. Because one defense is never going to do everything it needs to do. So there's that. So you can take a look at the 6'2" multi-8 defense that I've got, which incorporates a lot of these top 10. But the third defense, which is very similar to a 6'2", you just back off the D ends, is a 4-4 at 17%. And then I've combined the Gap 8 and Gap 8 Air Mirror from Reed in here, and it's around 9%. And your top 5 rounds out with a 5.2, which you could have thrown in a 5.3 because the 5.2 Monster is really basically just a 5.3 in a way at about 6.5%. 4.3, 5%, 5.4, 3.5%, 6.4, 6.3, 2, 3%, a 4.6, 2.3, 72%. So those are your top 10 defense. And if you really look at these, really 5.3, 6.2, and a 4.4 and a Gap 8 and 5.2 are really what you need to be looking at for youth football. There are some times that you can throw in, some mods there. I actually run, just because I don't think people know about it, I run the 70 Diamond and a 6.3 kind of a lot in there. So, and I think those are low percentages because nobody's really heard of them very much. But all of those, in the majority, that's the reason I wrote this 6'2" multi-8 defense is there's a lot of information on all of those particular defenses within that book because you want to make sure that your talent and skill level, both for offense and defense, will match up well to the defense that you install. So you've got to look at that because if you're running a 5.3, your linebackers have to really be good at reading keys and filling holes and pursuit. And I personally feel that youth football, I don't get that very much. And so I'm running a 6'2" with less linebackers there. But that's me, not you guys. So you can pick and choose if what you're familiar with. So there's that. So once again, some of the things you want to make sure is don't try to reinvent the wheel on choosing your youth football offense and defense. Find out what others in your league are using, what popular youth football defenses are, match those up to your talent pool, and then once you've set that as a base and it's working, then if you really want to try to throw in some wild ideas like I did with the 70, do that after you've got this base, your base offense and defense set up, and try those out. No reason to hang your hat on some unknown, unplaybooked offense and defense. And that's the other thing that I should have put in the first part of this is you want to get a youth football offense and defense that has a playbook and that has standard plays that you're just not writing all this stuff on napkins and trying to get it to work. So those are some recommendations there about choosing a youth football offense and defense. And remember, coaching youth football is hard. It's a learned skill, takes time. It's like herding cats. Parents are crazy. There's a lot of league team politics. There's also great opposing coaches. Maybe you didn't get studs on your team, and it takes a lot of time from work and family. So, just jumping into youth football, if you're a rookie coach, just understand that your first season probably is going to be harder than you think. And even your first season, maybe in a new league, can be kind of hard, unless, of course, you got lucky and got stacked with a bunch of studs. So just remember that. Hey, if you want to help me out, you can head over to my playbook store over at coachparker.org. I've got a bunch of playbooks over there. Like I said, I've got I'm going through a whole series of books on the top 10 offenses. I've got 5 over there now, along with the Beast, Wildcat Spread, and then a 6'2" defensive book. So there's a bunch of good stuff over there. 8-man football, 7-on-7, O-line drills, jaws, blocking books. So take a look at those if you get a chance. That'd really be nice. And also subscribe to the channel, podcast if you get a chance. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. That really helped me out. Hope you enjoyed this video on choosing a youth football offense and defense. Remember, don't try to reinvent the wheel. Use a playbook and match your offense and defense to your talent pool. And don't forget blocking and tackling. I can't say enough about that. Hey, once again, this is Coach Parker with CoachParker.org and the Coaching Youth Football Tips and Talk podcast. Thanks for joining me today. And remember, play for fun and winning is funner. I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.